Hello, welcome back to the channel. We got some awesome news. We just had Book of Boba Fett's first trailer drop, and it's hype. I'm super excited. In the words of my good buddy Dagovere, let's go. So just right out of the gate, one of the things I'm most excited for is this marrying that we now have, where there's all these cool things and concepts that were in Legends that was never part of canon before are now being brought in by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. And it's really exciting to see them, take these like really cool ideas and bring them solidly into Star Wars canon. This trailer opens up with a weird robotic spider that has a little brain in a jar. It's super weird, and I love it. I think Star Wars is absolutely at its best when it's being weird. These are part of the Bomar Order, right? So these monks basically felt like in order to achieve true enlightenment, they needed to detach themselves from everything, including their physical body. So they transferred their brain into these little nutrient-rich jars, and they had these robotic spiders that carried them around from place to place. It's a crazy story, and it's just cool. And yes, we do see one of these in Return of the Jedi. We also get to see him in the Lego Star Wars game, but the actual story behind them, I guess technically still isn't canon, but I love that they are bringing these in. Originally, Jabba's palace belonged to this order of monks, and Jabba just kind of moved in and allowed them to stay, mostly because they just made other people uncomfortable. Jabba thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, back to the trailer. All right, so the very first thing we see, Boba Fett's putting on the helmet, but just take a moment and appreciate Tamar Morrison's face. He looks so much better than he did in season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I've been saying this entire time. People wondered, why did Katie Sackhoff look so good? It's because they're always wearing helmets. They're staying out of the sun, right? They moisturize under there. I'm telling you. It looks like his face is healing. He's even got his eyebrows back. Getting the helmet back was a great idea. And then we get hit with the big line, "I'm not a bounty hunter." And someone replies to him, "I've heard otherwise." They're doing it right. They are clearly moving him into anti-hero territory. This is what I've been saying. I think this is the reason behind kind of downplaying the name of the ship Slave One, because they no longer want him to be considered a villain. I bet you if we get a Battlefront 3, we're going to get Boba Fett playable on the hero's side. Mark my words, I'm calling it right now. So the person that says, I've heard otherwise is this Ithorian that's sitting, on the chair. First of all, I love having more aliens just in Star Wars. I think it's weird that it's been mostly surrounded around humans. So you gotta love to see it. A bunch of people have been asking, do you think that this could be Doc Ondar? I hope not. I mean, not all Ithorians are Doc Ondar, okay? These are going to be other people that are running other crime syndicates that he's trying to bring into the fold to work together. You have to remember that the Empire has fallen. The Empire kind of kept tabs and kind of made sure that the underworld served its place. The Empire's gone. Now, Jabba also did something similar where mostly everyone was waiting for him, and we'll get to see some more of that referenced later here in the trailer, but Jabba's gone. Now, we know in the future we'll have people like Rin Riven Dai come into play, which plays directly into the sequel trilogy. We'll know that the First Order was largely funded off of illegal funds and stuff from the criminal underworld. I don't think we're gonna get, we might go that far. I hope so. I hope that's what a rival group is, and maybe we get some reference to the Amaxing Warriors. We'll see if they mention Riven Dai or the Amaxing Warriors. I will lose my crap. I imagine Crimson Dawn will also probably pop up in this. Super cool. Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. Love the line. And I love kind of what it entails. We see all these aliens around there that used to be captains serving under Jabba. They served him out of fear, but he's going to let them speak their mind and try to build something better. I think this plays greatly into Boba Fett stepping up in the world, as well as it just leans more into that anti-hero thing. He's controlling the darkness and not just being part of it. So I don't know, interesting to see how it plays out. Additionally, sitting around this table, we got Aqualish, we got Faline, and we got Trandoshans. Now, as far as the Trandoshans, typically were bounty hunters. I don't know of them having their own guild. Same with the Faline. I'm going to need to do some more research on that. But the Faline were typically associated with Black Sun, and we've seen them before. They were actually a member of the crime syndicate that was being ruled by Maul. Who knows? Maybe we'll see other Mandos show up at some point. Maybe we'll see the Pikes. A lot of possibilities. We're also seeing some Tusken Raiders in the mix, which is really cool. And then we get this great shot of Twilights. Now, people were asking like, oh, because we just got casting for Jennifer Beals. That's Jennifer Beals. That's who she is. Now, what the character is, and if they have a deeper meaning, if they are going to be recurring, if she's going to turn out to be a spy or some type of assassin that's meant to bring Boba down, that's what I am counting on. I'm excited either way. We'll see where it goes. Now, we know Boba Fett wants to rule out of respect, but do not take kindness for weakness. We see him surrounded by a bunch of these armed guys with shields, and yeah, he's going to take them all down. Now, it's interesting, these energy shields, they kind of remind me, like, just visually, they look like the same effect that was used in the and some of the ray shields from episode 3, but the color makes me think of the colon crystals that you see in the book Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray, and the way that they pop out of your arms reminds me of the energy shields that the Mandalorians like Death Watch would carry on their wrist gauntlets. Now, obviously, our boy Boba shows that he's up to the task, and yeah, you will respect him. You will not walk all over this guy. It will not end well for you. He is also continuing this thing of making pretty intense faces while slaughtering people. I'm here for it. I love it. Anyways, that's the long and short of it. That's pretty much the entire thing. I love that it was pretty simple, and it makes it seem like I'm willing to bet this is all in the first episode. Maybe the first 2, but probably the very first episode is all this teaser was. There's so much to love right now. This is the best time to be a Star Wars fan. There's so much content coming out for everyone, and that's what I love, because Star Wars is for everyone, regardless if you are an original trilogy, prequel, sequel, a Dave Filoni fan, High Republic, and hopefully we start getting some Old Republic stuff in there, because I do need some more of that. But man, it's the best time, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to cover it all. So if you want to be here for that, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let me know exactly, how you feel about this, if you cried, if you cheered, and what you're excited to see. I'll be covering this a lot more in depth, and I would love for you to be part of it. Anyways, that's all for now, and may the Force be with you always.